Hey Jack, you know what really bothers me in counseling?
I guess a few things, but I'll let you tell me.
You know, sometimes parents will bring their kids in when their kids are going through all sorts of crises and challenges and behavioral issues, and yet they've never asked the question, do I play a role that's contributing to what's happening with my kid right now? Particularly teenagers, young adults. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, I mean, why should they? They're just a parent. I mean, what role do they have? No, that's a joke, by the way. Actually, as a parent, you're the most influential person in your child's life. You spend the most time with them. You teach them the most things. They model behavior from you more than anybody else. Sometimes when our kids aren't acting the way we want them to act or they're behaving inappropriately, the first question is, what could I have done better and what could I do better from this point on?
The statement here isn't, I'm a bad parent because my kid misbehaved. The statement is, what am I doing that is enabling what's happening to continue happening? See, I have a kid who's a miniature version of me, and sometimes I see little behaviors and little actions that correlate with feelings that I've felt over the course of my life, and I go, holy smokes, that's what it looks like. Because we have these little images of ourselves as parents that will show us, also they'll show us where we're inconsistent. If I were to say to my kids, you know, faith is really important to our family, but they were to never ever pray with me, never ever read the Bible with me, never go to church with me. Faith is important, but not so important that we actually do something about it. Well, that would be an inconsistent message. Or we value family time, but whenever we go out and eat, or we're at the dinner table, or we're sitting around the couch watching the TV instead of actually talking or spending time together, well, there's an inconsistent message there, and well, kids model our inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Inconsistency, whenever you are opening yourself and your family up for an open communication, and that is a pattern throughout your household, it's going to be a lot easier to figure out what is going on with your teenage child or young adult child whenever they're acting up, because you're able to sit down and have that conversation with them and work through that together. It's not this idea of, well, they're over there and I'm over here, and there's not this open line of communication where they talk to me about their issues and we're able to help them with it. Instead, they're acting out and they're doing these things that don't seem to make sense to us. We just don't like it.
Yeah, and I think the quickest way to breed resentment with your child is to punish them for things that they see you do all the time. I mean, I understand, we're the adult, you're the child, you do what I say, and I get that. But as a child, when you really think of them, especially like a teenager, you can't sit there and punish a teenager for doing the same thing you do. I mean, you can, but it's not going to work very well. If you're using bad language all the time, constantly, and then you hear your kid say a cuss word and he gets punished for it, what message does that send? Let's go ahead and stop. It's not adult language. If you're an adult, you should have a better lexicon than that. All right, this is not good language, and this is just one example. Whenever we as parents do things consistently, whether it's lash out in anger, whether it's not take accountability for our actions, and then our kids model those things, how can we possibly be upset at them? We should be the ones that first is the catalyst for that change.
People definitely don't give kids enough credit for what they pick up on and what they see as consistent or inconsistent, or as behavior that is acceptable or unacceptable. Sometimes the kid knows what they're doing, and sometimes they're just doing what they see being done in front of them.
Oh no, oh no. Here's this thing that happens. Every now and then in crisis or in hardship, parents will bring us their kid and they'll give us an hour and they'll say, here, fix them. Now, I believe that Destini and Jack are two of the best child and adolescent therapists that I've ever met. And you know what, if anybody could do it, a therapist could do something. But in all reality, you are still the most influential person in their life. You won't hear 20 years from now people talk about the therapist that changed their life. They're going to talk about their parents. They're going to talk resentfully or they're going to talk joyfully, but they're not going to talk about the random people who played a small part in it. It's you. Your child may not be broken. Your child may not be defective. Your child may be a product of a system that needs evaluation and adjustment.